My name is Harry, I'm from London.
Meghan Markle here. Today is January 16, 2023. It is 6:38 a.m. I just finished edit a video and I was going through Twitter to see what I can share with you. I had maybe at least 5 or 6 tweets to share with you from like yesterday because I didn't record anything. So I went back on Twitter to see what was new to add to the list, and I came out with a lot. So I'm gonna show some of the things that I recently saw, and then if I have time I'll go over the old ones. All right, so let's get started. The first 4 or 5 tweets or videos. Okay, let's see here. The coverage of Harry's memoir, the Netflix docuseries, and even Archetype is 99% a mix of tantrums thrown by the palace and royal expert who have been cut off. They never got over Harry and Meghan ditching them and choosing who they give access to. So for see for yourself, okay? 45 seconds, let's see. See for yourself, okay? 45 seconds, let's see.
As far as everyone's concerned, you know, it's over.
Thank you for that, Rebecca. Richard, did you ever believe this was a temporary move as billed?
No, but I think I sort of hoped it would be, and I think lots of us did. You know,
Are you missing them?
Well, yeah, I am really. I'm sad.
Yeah.
I'm sad
Yeah.
that they've left us. And
Well, at least if you guys did really miss them during the funeral, at least you could have, some of you could have tamed yourself. Not some of you, all of you should have tamed yourself, but you went back exactly as if they never left. So what's the point of coming back? So you got what you deserve. Stay with the boring ones.
you know, we all feel a bit like sort of spurned boyfriends or girlfriends.
I don't.
You know.
Yeah.
And from what I hear, that you know they do seem to be happy,
Yes.
you know, that Harry is enjoying his new life out there.
Well, the weather.
Well, Harry did tell you guys he's looking for the happiness he's searching for.
My family back from all I have ever known. To take a step forward into what I hope can be a more peaceful life.
So why you guys are surprised? Since he was able to speak for himself and tell you what he likes and what he doesn't like, he's been telling you guys, but you guys avoid him. Just because he is the spare, you don't take his word for what it is. So he's been telling you guys for years. Okay, but if he decided to come back, you guys gonna pick up as if he never left again. You continue the same pattern, but you get what you deserve.
That's nice.
They've
It's a big house.
They've got a lot to look forward to. He's going to be
Yeah.
extremely busy with all his different projects with Netflix and Spotify and all of this. And I think from what I hear, he is embracing it.
And the thing is that he was the hardest working member in the royal family. There's one video. I don't know if I read it or if it's a video. I know I came across it. I remember him saying it. I could never come across that particular thing. So if it's not, I don't know if it's in my head or whatever, but I remember him saying, you know, he always have ideas for projects. They always put it in the back burner and they always tell him there's not enough fund. They're waiting for William's project to come and this and that, but William never come with anything. So this is a young man, and lucky for him, this happened when he is at that age, a young man where he has the energy to be productive. All right, so at least, you know, he has some stuff to leave for his kids. All right, let's read some of the comment. It's finished. It was only 45 seconds. Okay. These people are pathetic and disgusting. They really thought they could browbeat them into staying on Shutter Island with their multiple barrage of abusive articles. That's the rolling eye. Right? And that the Sussexes will shut up and take it. Yeah, that's what they wanted. There's a video on the thumbnails I put. What is it? They wanted Harry to be a punching bag or something like that. They want to be able to do whatever they want on Harry, but Harry's supposed to take it and shut his mouth. Okay, LOL. Lorraine feels like he's been spun by a boyfriend. Lil Richard was dropping hint long ago. Okay, Maureen will never move on clown. Okay, they bet on the wrong horse. Egg and bones are so boring. Not even the fashion and jewelry sell royal gossip anymore if it doesn't involve Harry and Meghan. And somebody said on here that every time they think of Kate Middleton style, they think of this. What the hell is... Oh, fuck. What? Oh, God. That's the first time I ever see Richard speak. His wife, Maureen, must be so proud of him being on TV. Alright, let's go to the next tweet. It's a video. I have a lot. I hope I could squeeze them all within an hour. Okay, so there's this here. These people are crazy. What kind of a granny invites her grandbabies over and does this? The Queen Mother will make Harry stand off to the side and he will have to watch William eat his, oh my God, his fill of desserts and then let him have the leftovers. What the F is this? I think I responded, yeah, 17 minutes ago. Let's listen.
While Princess Diana tried to make sure there was no preferential treatment between her boys. Some say other members of the royal family were not always so sensitive.
When they would go to see the Queen Mother at Clarence's house, the best sandwiches and the chocolatiest biscuits were always kept aside and offered first to William, and Harry would have to...
I mean, what's the point of doing this? I don't understand. Well, you see, this is the character they ended up. Look at William. He thinks, because since he was a child, they really ingrained this type of behavior in him, thinking the best is for him only. He's the only one who could get everything, and then he's trying to impose, William that is, trying to impose his own will onto Harry, which is don't marry Meghan, don't do this, don't do that. And thank God Harry conserved himself and waited, never speak until it was the time. The time was when he finally found the woman he wanted, and then he bounced. Alright, so they ingrained this kind of behavior on William, and he's gonna find out in a hard way that this thing does not exist. Alright, you don't do this to other people.
To William, and Harry would have to wait. And Diana was aware of this, and I think that was why she always made a point of petting Harry, of just giving him that little bit of extra attention, because Harry knew that William was the
and then
one son.
Once Princess Diana died, Harry had nothing. You could see from pictures where he lived, you know, with Meghan. And then there's a picture that was going around this past weekend that when he left one of his school, his clothes is in a plastic bag. They don't even care about how he carries stuff. Everything, the nicest thing for William. They would have made sure William had a suitcase and all of that. But Harry just put his thing in a plastic bag. You know? So since Princess Diana died, everything, whatever the little family that Harry was craving for, it was gone. And this is what I was saying also in another video, is that whatever Harry's trying to go back to, it was never there. It was in his imagination. Now that he has his own little family, I don't know. He could compare and contrast. Let's finish this. It's almost done. Oh, it was done. Yeah, it's done. Right, maybe, let me bookmark it so I could have it for receipt. Okay, and then he said, quote, William needs filling up more than you. He's going to be king one day. Paul recalled the incident and said he could see how early rivalry between the brothers play out at times. Paul told the Sun, quote, when I look back now, I think maybe I was glimpsing the dynamic at play. Quote, one time I saw the nanny give William 3 sausages at breakfast and Harry had 2. I mean, why they do that? Well, whatever happened to the monarch with William, that's, I don't know. You don't do this kind of things. I remember there are time when let's say if I have 3 sausages, I don't remember what, I think it was at camp or something like that, I gave each of the boys 1.5. If I will ask the other one, because my youngest sometimes don't eat a lot, after I put it in his plate, put it in front of him, and I said, before you touch it, if you know you cannot eat it, you could give it to your brother. Alright? And I said, once you touch it, that's it. So things like, you don't treat your kids like that. Oh my God. Alright, let's finish with that. And Harry will look at his plate and say, how come he gets 3 and I and I only get 2? Paul recalled the nanny's comment and added, quote, okay, Harry will fall quiet and suck it up, but that's what he had to contend with, even in his own home. My goodness. Alright, so there's all of this you could read. So Harry has been mistreated since he was a child. Okay, well, wherever she's at, I'm making reference to the grandmother. Well, wherever she's at, she's in God's control. Let me leave my soul untainted by them people. This is a warning Harry is giving the left behind spares. Okay, people want to pretend that the spares wasn't mistreated and just a label, but the royal are archaic and still follow those same rules. That's horrible, and I'm sure we don't know the half of it. The spare is treated worse than any other royals. My goodness. Remember how Harry released a statement to say nope, never inherited money from her? Okay, I wasn't aware of that. Okay, they let that lie stand for so long to hide what terrible people they are. Let's see here. What? Okay, I can't see that one. What did they say? He had around 7 million from a trust fund she set up for him, as well as the inheritance. Who? Princess Diana? I think Princess Diana left something for them. I think Diana's sisters was taking care of it. I don't know if it's the same thing they're talking about. I could be wrong too. So don't take my word for that. Okay, I don't have anything nice to say about the Queen's mother. Interesting that the British media haven't really explored this on a much bigger scale, because it's bound to be a problem for Willis's children. Yep, especially he has three kids, 2 spares. Okay, Harry had been psychologically abused at an early age to date. Let's see here. Campaign to abolish the monarchy. Remember this, Harry wasn't invited to tea, only the heir William was spare. Alright, so by Daily Mirror. Jesus Christ. And he had to walk behind. Oh God. What the, I mean, the mentality. How could you treat a child like this? The Queen Mother did not spend as much time with Harry as she did with William. The Queen Mother had a much more personal relationship with William, who she treated drastically different to Harry. William would be invited around for tea with his great-grandmother, but Harry was often snubbed. This I've heard before. Quote, he was always less than his brother, end quote, explained royal biographer Angela Lowen. Quote, the late Queen Mother will always invite Prince William over for tea and talk to him about his future, and not invite Prince Harry. In a way, I don't know. Besides the mistreatment, in a way, I think it's good. This is why Harry was able to observe and see things in a different lens, because the thing they ingrained into William, you could see the selfishness, the lack of border things to explore other things. He doesn't have that, because everything is given to him. They remove things for him, you know, so he never really jumped any hurdle. So if the monarchy is done, he's gonna have to learn a hard way. But Harry was always jumping the hurdle, and thank God for Princess Diana to make Harry see that, and she saw the wrong things that was being taught over there. What was it when Diana was alive? I think she was even teaching William, like, go to the homeless shelter, to show him there's a different life out there. The shelter life you're living in the palace, in castle, wherever they are, is different outside. So Princess Diana had the good mindset on her, you know, the kids should see things, because everything is already handed to those kids, so they have to learn there's a different life out there. But they took her away from them, but Harry had to learn on his own. Okay, they will look after the heir, and I will look after the spare. I have to. Others in the family seem to concentrate on William. I pour more love and attention into Harry as compensation for any unfair treatment. Princess Diana. Yep, and I keep doing your job, because those people, they will not leave your son alone. They will not leave Harry alone. Okay, after this, that's it. Okay, wasn't Elle's father a spare? Maybe he left Earth early than planned due to his bad treatment. And what if something happened to Will not? They rather have Harry be sickly king. They really put the ill and illogic. All right, let's go to the next one. It's a video, and I think there's more comments on here, but I'm moving on. Next tweet. Okay, there's this. Y'all been avoiding it, but I'm gonna say it. Camilla has a son. I suggest a DNA test because Willie might not be the heir he thinks he is. He the real spare. So this tweet is saying there's, I don't know, Charles may have another kid with Camilla. If that is true, maybe, I don't know, this is what Camilla's fighting for, trying to eliminate everybody. And I don't know, let me keep my opinion on this. I said enough on other videos. Let's see what other people are saying. Oh, so I put this in there. I'm not even gonna read it. Okay, isn't Charlie his godfather too? Oh, what is that? Sis, the going is an end. That family are so weird. Godfather to your own son. What the hell? Okay, I'm not aware of this. Look at that. Okay, this is some Game of Thrones mess. That's definitely with my whole chest. Oh damn, is that the same person who tweeted? Yep. What in the name? Okay. Oh no, you didn't. With my whole chest. Oh my god, I just screamed out loud. Oh my god, what is this? A child not born of the body of the man's wife can be in line succession, like if the mother is a mistress or surrogate. So he is the son, just not legitimate. Because he was he wasn't married to if that is true, I don't know. Okay, I'm just reading what's there, so I'm not, let's just say allegedly. So if this is true, because Charles wasn't married to the mother, which means the son is not legitimate to the throne. So we shall see. If it is true, knowing how Camilla is, she's gonna fight for this. She's like, F all the rules. And this is why she get all the prominent people on her side already. The tabloid, the this, the that. So she's putting her army on the standby. Okay, Philip Mistress has a daughter that looks familiar too. Yeah, that looks like William right there. Yeah, Penny was a really, and she still looked good, you know, when she was younger. My goodness, don't forget the guy in Australia who claimed he is Charles and Camilla's son. Okay, the way she pushed out Harry and sabotage him makes me think she has planned for William to. Hey, I think so too. I tell you, William better watch his back. If Dormat think she's on Camilla's side, she better think twice as well. Yep, let me read. Okay, I'm gonna go into this because this is something similar that I've said. Highly possible because from the wedding to Andrew Parker was shared by Charles and Andrew. Oh damn. They claim has to be a child sired within a marriage, so even if he happens to be of his rotten loins, not the heir, Harry's paternity is locked tight. Pops went as far as taking his hair while a schoolboy, and there wasn't anything there for blackmailing. Let them eat crows. Alright, let's go into this. This one I've said. There's two comments, and then after that I'm moving on. Okay, the way she pushed out Harry and sabotage him makes me think she has planned for a William. So okay, won't matter. She and Charles are too old now to care. William and Kate will follow and should. Camilla, I don't know. William better be careful. We might think the law is this, but the way Camilla is with, you know, people in certain places who got her back, she could make things happen. All right, by she you mean Harry's wife? I don't know about that. Whatever, but let's move on. Next tweet is a video as well. I'm screaming at this. For Prince Harry to smirk in the interview as Anderson Cooper is reading this excerpt back is hilarious. This was so mean. Oh my god. Alright, 25 seconds.
You write about a contentious meeting you had with him in 2021. You said, I looked at Willie, really looked at him, maybe for the first time since we were boys. I took it all in. His familiar scowl, which had always been his default in dealings with me, his alarming baldness, more advanced than my own, his...
I feel like, I swear, it's like the squad who wrote this. Look at the smirk. I pause at the right time. The squad be talking about those hair loss. That's one thing I saw yesterday and I posted on my community board. It says something like a man who mistreated a woman, each time they mistreated a woman, they lose a hair follicle or something like that. That's what that remind me. That's the smirk and Harry.
His famous resemblance to Mummy, which was fading with time, with age. It's pretty cutting.
I don't see it as cutting at all. You know.
So in other words, Princess Diana is taking back her looks from William. I know. Look at that GIF. Petty Harry. Alright, Harry up here acting like he ain't gonna bald at the same rate. Is he gonna have hair when he's William's age?
Oh, you've got a lot more to be done.
It's also empty when she's done.
Not gonna take a long time before I.
You're slower than me. I'm doomed.
We're having the same barber, I guess.
Okay, I don't see it as cutting at all. I agree with him. Okay, Harry said, quote, I said what I said, no shade. But it is true, we could see it. We could see it. Harry is giving 2% of what his bro gave to him. William is not a nice man. The way they raised him, that's what it is. Okay, Will is doing a reverse Dorian Gray, the ugly show on the outside. Alright, so let's go to the next tweet. The kids don't have school today. Next tweet. Oh, this one was very good. I'm gonna read this because I started reading it. Alright, this passage in the book for me separates the men from the boys, a king from a prince. Men will grow, elevate, do the hard work necessary to meet a woman where she's at, empowered, self-respecting. Yep, a boy will fight to stay the same. Prince Harry memoir, spare Prince Harry. Alright, oh wow, two people like it. Let's see here. This is from the book. Alright, maybe the wine went to my head, maybe the weeks of battling the press had worn me down. For some reason, when the conversation took unexpected turn, I became touchy, then angry, disproportionately, slappily angry. Meg said something I took the wrong way. It was partly a cultural difference, partly a language barrier, but I was also just oversensitive that night. I thought, why she having a go at me? I snapped at her, spoke to her harshly, cruelly. As the word left my mouth, I could feel everything in the room come to a stop. The gravy stopped bubbling. The molecules of air stopped orbiting. Even Nina Simone seemed to pause. Meg, because I think they were cooking and there was music and all of that, so all of this. I listened to the audio. Alright, the molecule of air stopped orbiting. Even Nina Simone seemed to pause. Meg walked out of the room, disappearing for a full 15 minutes. I went and found her upstairs. She was sitting in the bedroom. She was calm, but said in a quiet, level tone that she will never stand for being spoken to like that. Okay? This is someone with self-respect. Self-respect. She didn't care. This is Prince Harry. She was like, I don't care. You're not gonna speak to me like that. Alright? So I hope some young women, take notes, take cues. Okay, I nodded. She wanted to know where it came from. I don't know. Where did you ever hear a man speak like that to a woman? Did you overheard adults speak that way when you were growing up? I clear my throat, look away. Yes. Oh my goodness. She wasn't going to tolerate that kind of a partner or co-parent, that kind of a life. She wasn't going to raise children in an atmosphere of anger or disrespect. She laid it all out super clear. That's the thing. We both knew my anger hadn't been caused by anything to do with our conversation. It came from somewhere deep inside, somewhere that needed to be excavated, and it was obvious that I could use some help with the job. And I think Megan, one of them, either Megan or Harry, not from the book spare, from other things or video clip or something where this particular incident came into discussion, where Megan was like, it felt like she was talking to a 12-year-old Harry, and she suggests, I don't know if it's the same incident, but I feel like this is the same incident, that Megan felt like he needed to get help. Okay, I've tried therapy, I told her. Willie told me to go. Never found the right person. Didn't work. No, she said softly, try again. Oh my goodness. I can't wait for the hard copy. I have the audio, but I want the hard copy. I'm old-fashioned. I like to feel the physical book in my hand. So the book still haven't come. I don't know. All right, so this is my comment here. I thought something in this route when I heard it in the audio book. I also felt the confident in Megan's to not be disrespected by no one. Harry wanted someone to see him as Harry. Well, he got it. All right, so that's what I respond to. Okay, that's what I love about Megan. She knew her self-worth and won't tolerate shit or being disrespected. She did the same to William when he pointed at her like he does to Kate. She politely told him to take his finger from her face. Women should never tolerate being disrespected. This is the thing. Like I said before, the other one, the minute she walked into the freaking castle, she was a doormat. They could mold her, twist her, do whatever they want. She'll be okay with it. Megan just came in and said, nope, you're not gonna do that to me. Nope, nope, no. Look at this. After all, she put up with a lot, and she left everything behind and mind her own business. Okay, let's read some more. This is a very good conversation. Yeah, very powerful. That one, he understood he was wrong and then ignore or derail. 2, he understood he had a problem and needed help and was prepared to seek the help he needed. This is what everyone deserves in a partner. Yep, a woman who knows her worth, period. Yep, this is one huge advantage of marrying at an older age. That's a very good point as well. I didn't think of it that way, because at a young age, you know, that diva-like kind of behavior, I don't know, being adult and older, I mean, not too old, you don't want to be too old to get married, but that age was perfect because they already know who they are. Both of them knew who they are. Alright, because I've said in other videos, if Megan had met Harry, you know, at a young age, it will not work, because Megan already knew who she was. She had her plan. She was doing, it's almost like, I don't know if it's true, it's almost like Megan had a list and said, when I finish high school, I'm just saying, she never said it, I'm just saying, okay, I'm gonna do this after high school. After high school, I'm gonna do this. After college, it's like she had a list, and as she goes through the list, she's checking them off. So Megan knew from the get-go who she was. So if she had met Harry when Harry was younger, both of them were younger, it will not work. So I don't know, the universe did what it needed to do to prepare Harry at that age to, you know, when he's aware of who he is and what he wants out of life. And then this is where the universe was ready for them, because the thing that they just went through and they're still dealing with right now, it's not for everybody. Even before we knew the amount of nonsense that was going on, I was like, I don't want that life. You know, you hear some people saying, oh, I wish I was there. No. This is them. This is for them. This is their baggage. And I think the firm is playing with the wrong group. They should just leave them alone, because at this point, the firm is doing self-destruction right now. Okay, because more eyes are open. All right, let's read some more. Okay, after this, that's it. Okay, this is one huge advantage of marrying at an older age. You've had some career success, have seen the world, and have a better understanding of who you are. Megan knows her self-worth and refuses to be disrespected by her partner, no matter who she is. Yeah, no matter who he is. Exactly. Okay, they both handled it so well in the aftermath that Megan had the presence of mind to get quiet and leave the room. Yep. And I think what happened to Baldy and Harry, when Baldy went to meet with Harry and the incident happened, I think this is the same thing too. So Harry is a work in progress. So he's learning. I think it's almost the same incident, but Baldy followed through. This guy need major help. Baldy, he need major help. But Harry knows to move away, get him glass of water to calm down, and then move away from the situation. Alright, so yeah, almost the same thing, but Baldy, you could do the compare and contrast how both of them dealt with it. Megan removed herself from the space what's the word? Maybe when I'm editing I'll remember. Hostile space, and go to a quiet place, remove herself from there where everybody is calm, and then respond in a calm fashion. Yeah, so you could compare and contrast those two incidences in the book, actually in the same book. Okay, 2 words have never spoken. She said, sat on that bed and was like, okay, she said, okay, what you not find though? Okay. I was gonna stop, but the comments are good. I love this because it's too close to home, minus the shouting and crying and throwing things. Yep. Okay, it's a mature way to handle marital spat from both parties, and we can learn a lot from that. That's exactly that. Sam, and he knew she would leave if he didn't get it together. Alright, that's exactly that, because I feel like everything in the book I sort of said in my own spin, but Harry, like the video that I did yesterday that explained the when he first met Megan, it's almost like a freaking poetry. He wrote about the beauty of Megan, where he saw the lifestyle that Megan had, and he wanted to be part of it. Alright, so anyway, let's move on to the next tweet. Next one, there's that. A lot of people agitated when it is right there in the book. Spencer's sisters were kind, loving, and offered the tiara. Megan spent hours with Givenchy when they designed her veil, matching with the Spencer tiara. Okay, so I hope I didn't sleep in those particular parts, because there's some chapters I fell asleep. Okay, there had been she highlighted this paragraph, but let's start from the top. There had been spirited arguments in the back corridor of the palace about whether or not Megan could or should wear a veil. Not possible, some said. For a divorcee, a veil was thought to be out of the question, but the powers that be unexpectedly showed some flexibility on the subject. Next came the question of a tiara. My aunt asked if Meg would like to wear my mom's. Okay, we were both touched. Meg then spent hours and hours with her dress designer getting the veil to match the tiara, giving it a similar scallop edge. Shortly before the wedding, however, Granny reached out. She offered us access to her collection of tiara. She even invited us to Buckingham Palace. This part I remember. She even invited us to Buckingham Palace to try them on. Do come over. I remember her saying, what is it, her someone who works for the Queen then followed through. They waited until last minute to give the tiara, and they were giving them a whole bunch run around and all this nonsense. Oh my god. And I think, oh, it was from a comment I responded. Extraordinary morning. We walk into Granny's private dressing room right next to her bedroom, a space I've never been in. Along with Granny was a jewelry expert, eminent historian who knew the lineage of each stone and the royal collection. Also present was Granny's dresser and confidant. Was it Angela? That's the woman who was giving the difficulties. 5 tiaras were arrayed on a table, and Granny directed Megan to try on each one before a full-length mirror. I stood behind watching. Yeah, the Queen was really nice to Megan. It's the people around, and I think what happened, all the people who work for the Queen, like maybe, okay, this is fully my humble opinion, not from the book or anything, but my suspicion. Even though the people who were working for the Queen will say something, okay, but either the future, which was Charles at that time, or future William, okay, went behind the Queen's back and tell the other ones to not do what the Queen said, and then to keep it away from the Queen, and then at the same time prevent Harry and Meghan to be in the presence of the Queen without them being there. That's what I think. Alright, so there's stuff. I don't have the the copy of the book in my hand, so for me to see all of this. All right, so I only heard the audio. There's that. There's the tiara. Alright, the Spencer tiara will have looked lovely on Meghan. It is very sweet that Harry's aunt offered Meghan that tiara to wear at the wedding, and I wish she had been able to wear that as they had initially decided. Yeah, I think they probably didn't want to disrespect the Queen, maybe. I think that's what it is. They probably didn't want to disrespect the Queen. I think Princess Diana will understand wherever she's at, because she herself know the Queen. She was afraid of the Queen herself. All right, I also think out of the 5, one was obvious, the Queen Mary Bandeau tiara. Also going by description, it looked like the Vladimir tiara and Cambridge emerald setting, and the Brazilian aquamarine tiara were also offered by Queen Elizabeth II to choose from. Well, let's give the Queen prop where prop is due. All who were involved, the Queen and Princess Diana's sisters and all of that, at least they were nice to Meghan. Okay, that's all I could say with this. All right, so there's more to that. I personally think the veil had already been designed and was being put together by the time Meghan was offered tiara from Crown Jewelry Collection. Her choosing the Queen Mary's Bandeau was the perfect choice. Yeah, it's more simple, less opulent. I don't know. Let's see. What was the... Okay, so that was Princess Diana's one. Okay. So that was that. There's the sisters sitting. Prop to the sisters. Okay, so this one, yeah, this one seems more subtle, not too flashy. I don't know if I mix it. I'm not really a fashion person, but I think that was a good choice. Let's see here. No, this one too much. I don't know if this was part of the collection, but this one was too much. Yeah, maybe the spacing, I don't know, maybe the spacing between each of those things, whatever they call on there, that makes it too busy. But the one that Meghan chose, yeah, I think it's the spacing that distract me. It's too busy. This one is a bit more subtle and one color tone and matches the veil. I think that was a good choice. Let me look at the Diana's one also. This would have been good as well. Okay, it's not as flashy as the other one. This would have been good as well, but I think I like the one Meghan chose. It's more simple and more subtle. Okay, I personally think giving the veil had already been... Okay, I read that already. Right, I went back. Did I read it again? Was being put together by the time Meghan was offered. Alright, so that's that. Okay, now that I know this, and looking at the photo of Meghan's wedding assemble, I can see that the Spencer tiara will have been perfect to soften the look. She looked amazing in what she wore, but that tiara will have been stand out with the dress and veil. Yeah, I think the one Meghan chose is perfect. Besides, between the queens, the one that, let's say the one that Meghan chose was not there. If I had to choose between what the queen wore, this one and that one, okay, I would choose Diana's one. Okay, it's more subtle, it's one color tone, is less busy. I would prefer that. But the one that Meghan chose, it's more smooth, less busy, and a bit more subtle. It's not overpowering anything. It's, you know, it's blend in. I don't know if that makes sense. It's blend in. Like I said, I'm not a fashion person. I'm just letting you know what I see here. Okay, there was absolutely no way the palace would have let Meghan wear the Spencer tiara for 2 reasons. Charles and Camilla didn't want people remember Diana. I mean, that's Meghan's thing. This is her wedding right now, so it's Meghan's choice. Will not let her, when the sister offering it, it's not in Charles or the Queen possession. I might be wrong. If Diana's sister offer Meghan Diana's tiara, so which means it is in the Spencer's possession, so the crown has no say on that. So the choice was for Meghan, and I think Meghan chose the right one, not because it's, you know, it's the queen or whatever. It seems more subtle, but Charles had no say on that because it's not in his possession. He doesn't, based on what I'm seeing here, I don't think it's in Charles' possession to say anything. But I think if Charles wants to say something about what Meghan wore, anything that's in the crown possession, yes, Charles will have a say on that. But the one that Diana's sisters offered, Charles have no say on that. Right? It's up to Meghan. Okay, they didn't want another Diana connection, so they offer her one of theirs. If she declined and were Diana's, they would have slated her for it. I mean, they already did. I mean, what's worse can happen? So I don't know if they knew that Princess Diana's sister had offered. I do not know. So if that's the case, maybe whatever. And Meghan had a choice. All right, that was an amazing veil. Okay, there's that. Betty was so damn underhanded. Okay, what's underhanded? Okay, because it is the book, it must be true. It belongs to Earl, and he said it wasn't available to Meghan as she wasn't born into the Spencer family. Okay, I don't know anything about that. This is just stuff I'm reading. I don't know anything about that. Next tweet. Right, so this is the squad are making fun of that. Okay, I got fashion contact, the best fashion contact. Unbelievable. This is the thing. They reduce her to that. They reduce her to that. The minute she walked in, she allowed them to do whatever to her, and that's why Baldy is able to do whatever he's doing. And at the same time, not only it's showing Baldy's personality, the way he treated her in public, you know, it's letting people know this is the kind of guy he is. And at the same time, it's showing who she is as well, to accept it, to allow this kind of mistreatment happening to her. So everybody's seeing for what it is. I don't know if anybody sees it, but at least I see it. All right, what is this dress, Kate? Royal watchers slam Duchess for wearing an 80s prom look to a state banquet, claiming the truly awful gown is the worst she ever worn. Okay, now what I'm saying, when was that? Oh, that was 2018. Okay, 2018. I was gonna, if it was now, I was gonna say it's because they don't have anything to write about. Now they're going after her. So yeah, so it's back then, so forget it. There's that. So this is old. I'm not gonna spend time on it. I thought it was recent. Okay, Sarah Burton hates her. I'm looking at the date of this article and wondering exactly when did their deal with the devil begin. All right, you see, that's what I was saying. When I look at the date, I was like, it's old. I was so shocked seeing this in 2018 and thought maybe they recycle an old dress of the Queen or Margaret. Okay, it's just a disaster. All right, let's go to the next tweet. All right, they want her to look worse than the guys only wear pants and suit, whatever. But anyway, there's this. A servant who lived in Nottingham Cottage in the 80s was very grateful to live there, so Harry should have also been thrilled. My goodness, this is a son of a king who's living there. Can you imagine this? Okay, I have a copy of this picture. I'll copy that as well. My goodness, where the hell? I mean, people need to ask questions. Where did that millions of dollars went into renovating this cottage? Where did that go? Because millions of pounds could have bought a brand new house that looks better than this. I don't know. I would ask, what the F? Oprah took one look at this dump and said, quote, no one will ever believe it. It's her peak Oprah Winfrey Show's voice. Okay, 5'6" Meghan, Harry 6'2". Okay, if I was a servant living for free without paying rent while enjoying the security of the pancake grounds, I would love too. But as a prince, yeah. Okay, do these people listen to themselves? There's that. This is what they have decided to tell us today. Okay, I live a teeny tiny cottage like this, and I love it. It's so cozy and easy to clean. Not everyone needs a palace. I mean, we understand, but Harry can't even stand up properly. And then it's not like his family cannot afford it. They can. This is the thing here. I myself, I don't like huge house, because huge house you have to clean. But I understand her. But since Harry was young, they keep on giving him the lesser thing. What is it? In the book, Harry was describing when he went to visit William in his house. He described the crown molding and all those nice things that William, why can't he have this? Okay, like I just said, he paid back for the renovation. I want to see all the things that they did. I want them to itemize. Not that I'm going to get it, but I would like to see the itemization of pricing for everything. What costs millions of pounds for a cottage that look like this? Remember, I do architecture. Freaking millions of pounds could give you a brand new house. Huge house. Okay? Are you 6'2"? That's the squad. This person is saying, I live in a small place, I enjoy it or whatever. And then she said, are you 6'2"? Okay. It says, all you need to know about how Harry was treated, that he should be grateful for servant experiences. Okay. Do they listen to themselves? Seriously? Are those plastic tiles on the kitchen floor? No, it looks like vinyl. I don't know. I don't know. This is not millions of pounds of renovation. I don't know. This doesn't look right to me. They cheat them on some stuff. This is not at least what I'm seeing here. This is not £1 million of renovation. I'll look for how much it costs. All right, next tweet. Okay. Celia Walden, PissMoron's wife, spoke too soon and embarrassed herself humongously to the world. There's the laugh. Okay, what is that? When was that? August 2022. Okay, by the time we get Harry's book, no one will care anymore. The Duke of Sussex book is set to be published later this year, but Harry fatigue will set in well before then. Okay, so that's okay. I didn't know he still have a wife. I don't know. 1.4 million. That's how many copies of Prince Harry's memoir sold on the first day in the US, UK, and Canada alone. It's the largest first day total for any non-fiction book ever published by Random House. And then let's not forget, there wasn't really that much of publicity for it. They just let us know it's gonna come out at certain time. Okay, people should take notice on this. Okay, publicity is money, so there was none. Almost all of their work, even for Spotify, Megan's podcast, there was absolutely no publicity. So this is something whoever's gonna work with Harry, and Meghan and Harry should make note of. I'm not them. They're the brand of their master of whatever it is that they're doing. But if I could figure this out, I'm sure they notice it. Okay, when they're making deal with people, to also include the fact that they don't even need to do publicity. Publicity is money. So as long as they let the date out, they tell wherever on the squad will spread it for them. They put it on their website and say, I have this project is coming, this one person seen, boom, guess what happened? It spread like wildfire. Everybody cannot wait for it, and the squad will talk about it over and over and over again. We bring our own humble opinion into their stuff and all of that. And then where do those tabloids get their stories? From the squad. Okay, so Harry should make note of this. I'm looking out for my nephews and nieces, Little Beth and Archie. Make sure you add that extra $1 million to let them know you don't need publicity. Give us the money for publicity. Not me, you. Put it in Little Beth's account and Archie's account. Should I say trust fund? So there was absolutely, okay, I could be wrong. If you guys saw publicity, okay, about Spare, the book, let me know. Then I'll take everything back. Whatever I just said, I'll take it back, because I don't think there was any publicity going on, including Megan's Spotify podcast. They just drop it, and next thing you know, it's being discussed everywhere. I remember exactly where I was. We were driving, going to our camping trip, and I was like, oh my God, I had the earphone in my head. I'm listening, I'm laughing. My husband is like looking at me. What are you laughing at? Because we were driving, we were on the highway. All right, so let's feed some comment. Okay, they buy the BS they fully know they are selling. There's a saying, drug dealers should not use what they are selling, something like that. I'll give these nut jobs the same advice. Bunch of fools. Okay, because they believe the nonsense that they're trying to sell to people, but we're not buying it, but instead they're buying their own BS. Okay, they're also blinded by their arrogance and all-knowing self-importance. They totally miss the fact that people want to hear Harry and Meghan's truth, not other people's biased hatred for Harry and Meghan. And what was that in one of those UK people, TV people, were saying, oh, don't buy the book, just one person buy it, and then regurgitate the nonsense, you know, whatever they want to tell us. I'm like, I don't care what you say. I want to read the book myself, because this is what led Harry to write the book. We don't want to hear from somebody else. We want to hear it directly from him. Okay, he put it as many different languages, different platforms, different places for you to buy it, to listen to it, to have access to it, because he wants you to hear the truth. So why will I hold myself back and listen to you? Please. This is the whole point of the book, not to listen to you, listen to him directly. All right, that's that. Did I finish with it? They want the truth from Harry and Meghan, who live onslaught midst of bigotry, slander, and abandonment. Okay, what do I expect from a family of bullies? She is as bright as her husband. All right, let's go to the next tweet. There's more comment, but I'm moving on.
It is a great privilege to be with all of you today.
You know, we ask for forgiveness, and please come back.
As you saw me find the love and happiness that I'd hoped for all my life.
You are all in this together, and if I may speak personally, we are all in this together, because asking for help was one of the best decisions that I ever made. You will be continually amazed how life changes for the better